taken professional women on a solution you're not gonna believe.
Hey everyone.
Hey everybody, and welcome to my
Social
channel.
work.
Today we're going to be talking about what to do when you feel overwhelmed, overworked, and underpaid as a social worker. If you're interested in this topic, then please keep watching.
I'm Anika Thomas, the founder and clinical social worker at Kindred Connections Therapy Center. I've been a social worker for over 12 years. I decided to do an entire YouTube channel on my journey from cubicle working social worker to successful entrepreneur. Welcome to my channel.
Hey everybody, so within the social work profession is this understood and overly used trope that social workers are overworked and underpaid. And we've come to believe that as something that we should expect when we come into the position. Whether or not we're working long hours or we're getting amazing results for our clients, or if we're taking on more responsibilities at our jobs, sometimes none of that seems to matter because no matter how hard we work, we don't always get the recognition or the approval or the raises. It's not reflected in our salaries, the amount of work and time that we put into the work that we do with clients. So I want to talk about 5 things that you can do when you do find that you are overworked and underpaid. One is, have you set clear boundaries and expectations at the position? So sometimes when you're first getting into the field, this can be something that you're scared to do. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to ask for too much. Sometimes you don't even know if what you asked for or what you're getting paid is the right amount of money, or if you should be asking for more. So sometimes we question our value and question our worth because there's no set parameter or guideline around how much money we should be making based off of the work that we're doing. Sometimes when we don't have clarity about that, it makes it very hard for us to be able to set firm boundaries about what we expect and what we don't expect, what we want and what we don't want, and what we're willing to do and what we're not willing to do. But one thing I know for sure is regardless of where you are in that, if you're taking on more tasks and more responsibilities and not setting good boundaries with your coworker, your supervisor, you will definitely be putting yourself in a position to be overworked. And if you find that you have a supervisor who is very demanding and does require for you to stay over very often, one of the things that is going to be very scary for you to do this, but one of the things that you have to do is to be able to help put things in perspective for your supervisor. So if they're asking you to do multiple tasks, you can always say, well, last week you asked me to work on this, so right now I'm doing this and this. So if I shift my focus to do this thing, I want you to know and understand that it's gonna put this off for a couple days or a couple weeks. Are you okay with it? So you make it clear that you're not just saying, yes, I'll do it, yes, I'll do it. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to put yourself in that position. You have to make it clear about how much that added load is going to put another thing off that you've already been working on. Number 2, you have to ask yourself, are you expecting people to value you out of a place of lack? Meaning you're coming into the position where you don't have a lot of confidence, where you're not really sure of yourself, you're not really strong in your skill sets, and you're needing a lot of external validation for people to tell you how good of a job that you're doing and how proud they are of you. So if that's the case, then you have to make sure that you're gaining your skills, that you're gaining your knowledge, so that the external validation and approval is not something that you're needing to feel good about the work that you're doing as a social worker. Now that confidence can take a lot of time to grow, and it can feel like you have a really long way before you get there. You're just starting out into the profession. If you're not just starting out into the field and you know that you do good work that deserves to be recognized and appreciated, then you have to consider the culture of the place where you work. And I'll put a card up at the top for a video that I also did that talks about company culture, because that's going to be a huge factor in whether or not your company is even in a position to recognize you for the things that you do. Is it even a value system within the company culture? Number 3, speaking of company culture, you also have to consider, are you the only African American person on staff? If that's the case, you might be working at an agency that doesn't value the input of African Americans. And what that can look like in a position is sometimes you say things and have ideas and suggestions, but your voice is never brought into the room. or sometimes people sidestep the conversation around what you said, or if you give a suggestion, it's not really validated or seen as something that needs to be considered as an option. And as crazy as it is, sometimes you'll literally feel like you're talking in the wind, as if you're saying something in a meeting and people totally disregard it as if you didn't say it. And that's not a perception. That's a real experience that a lot of African Americans face when they're in spaces where they're the only Black person there. So you have to be mindful of whether or not your company values the input of Black people, and not as being the voice for all Black people, who speaks for all Black people. You're not the Black whisperer. You don't want the company to put you in this position as if you speak and your input is valued in a way that brings clarity and solutions to your organization or to the group and population that you're working with. Then you might have to consider the fact that you're being overworked in a way for them to meet a number or a quota around the African American population, but they're really not trying to see systemic change within that group. So a couple things to be mindful about here is, are your coworkers and staff always coming to you for input and suggestions as if you're the ultimate voice for Black people? Or are people coming to you and asking you questions as if you speak for the entire community? Or if they don't understand a phenomenon or something that's going on in the community, are they burdening you with their lack of understanding and knowledge about the community? All of those things can put added weight on you within the position, because you're having to serve not only your clients, but then you're also serving as the encyclopedia for all things Black within your organization. Number 4, you have to ask yourself, are you people pleasing and are you staying small? So although it takes time, sometimes it takes time to get into that position that you ultimately want, and you have to sometimes work positions that you really don't have a passion for. When you're in that space where you feel like you're playing small, that can put you in a position where you're noticing that you're underpaid. Because the goals and the ideas and the creativity that you have can feel like it's just not a good fit for the position. You can have ideas and goals that exceed your organization's capacity to meet the things that you want to do. And then you're having to shrink down because they don't have the money, they don't have the budget, they don't have.
So how are you all doing for the semester? Oh, no, not again. What's the hardest part?
Trying to show people that they can get to, do the recording.
Getting the work done and stuff?
We're in a class that, our group.
Oh yeah, you guys are leading groups. It's fine if it would just be us 3. You know what I mean? If you just came in and led the group, it's fine. Like, we make sure you get it done.
So, Tyree, do you have class tomorrow?
I have a 1 or 2.
And Joe, what time do you have to leave here tomorrow?
Jill?
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry.
So I have on Monday, Wednesday, I have this one at 1. That's the best time to lead it, either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. And then on Tuesday, Thursdays, I got class 1 until 3:45.
Tuesday, you have classes. You said Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right, that's this class. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday, Thursday, I have at 1, and then again at 2:30. You could lead the group with them if you really wanted to.
Well, we do with Joe, or I keep saying, he must be talking about me right now. Like, yeah, I keep saying, okay, sorry. But, those days work for me, but the only thing about it is where I have to come on this class online, that I be on work until 3 on those days. So I was able to step out.
Right. Yeah. You could lead it in my 2:30 class at 3 on either Tuesday or Thursday.
And what time do your class get out on Tuesday? Tomorrow.
It's like 3:45-ish.
Okay, I can make it there by the time.
Are you both want to lead a group? So you want to lead at like 2:30 and then she'll lead at 3?
Because I can make it there, but I will be able to make it there by 15-ish.
So that would be my HBSE class, it's Human Behavior in the Social Environment. You can lead a group there, that's fine. We can be flexible with everything. And then remember to do it the same as your final paper. So the group you're leading is also the ideas you're writing in that final paper.
I didn't hear what you said.
You said, basically the group that was leading to based on our final paper.
Right, yeah. You can combine them. So if you're leading week 9 in Girls Circle, then write your paper about like week 9 in Girls Circle.
So basically, if, lead a group talk, week 9 in a girl circle, and your final paper on your week 9.
Makes sense.
Then I think the only other one. Okay, so you guys are leading it tomorrow, which it saves an archive of that. Sydney may be doing hers on live, like YouTube Live or a recording. And then I think Madison will come in person. So with that, I see Sydney on here. Well, with that being said, maybe I should just save some of our class time for tomorrow, since we're double dipping tomorrow.
Period.
Do you guys have any questions for your class, or for like the class that you're leading? Do you have any questions, concerns, answers, or worries, or ideas or suggestions?
You said for other classes or this class?
This one, I can try to answer classes about other classes, questions about other classes.
No, you just basically answered my question because I was doubting between me doing doing my group on like a group, kind of leading like a group that I actually do at my job, or if you guys would actually do what I girl circle. And that's just like the kind of question I was asking trying to be able to. But did you say it has to actually be the girl circle?
No, you could do either one. I'd love if you did it at work, but if you film it, they might need permissions and stuff.
Yeah, so I couldn't do them because I was gonna do one like a skill streaming type group.
Right.
And I feel like when you just do a group in here and just like record, and I'm like, I can't record them because like
Right.
work with you now, so it's like you can do that.
But you could lead that with our students tomorrow
Okay.
if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Girl Circle, whichever one is best. How long are your groups at your agency?
So they usually be like an hour.
Yes. Right.
Like the last half of it is more so like them doing like they have to actually do a skill.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of times groups, you're engaging your client, but tomorrow you could go first since she might be last, and then you get at least 15. We can't bill for any less than 15 minutes. That's why I always say, people are like, but that's so long. And I'm like, but wait till you get out in the world to lead a group.
Right.
It's got to be 35, 45, 55 minutes minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be cool. Yeah, if you leave tomorrow, I'm in room like 214 right downstairs. So in the corner on the second floor.
Okay, sounds good.
And you're leading one first, right? Okay. Like, class starts at 2:30, and then if she came at it's over by 3:45. What's so bad about the other classes?
I don't know, I like the Jackson class, but these people back to back to back. Not back to back to back.
Oh, right. Practice one.
Yeah, I don't really like it because it's just like, I have writing, I can write a paper, but it takes a while.
That's why I just put the one big one at the very end of the semester.
It's just like, okay, I just wrote this paper. And I'm trying to do something.
What's the topic on?
It's a social justice.
Okay.
Social justice.
And then any topic on social justice? Like,
So, what did you do yours on? Because I did mine on the Flint water first.
For me, so I did, my topic is basically transgender women. I feel like they don't have resources, they lack protection. And it's
Especially,
and then hers is on.
like, I got an idea, it's just, okay, my problem with writing papers is either starting it, but someone helped me, but it's just like, me just sitting here and actually typing, like, for a fact, like, I know
Mhm.
what I'm gonna say, it's just me sitting here typing. I just can't.
And hers is Flint water
you
crisis.
need me this weekend.
You didn't even say,
Is yours on the Flint water crisis?
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
No,
So here's how I usually do too. Like in 2013, the city of Flint, Michigan had a water crisis and cited some of the problems that came from the pipes being cleaned out, period. In this paper, I will discuss what happened during the Flint water crisis period. Some of the city council members took action to help get proper water supplies to all of the, and that's how I just like crank it out. Right, yeah.
I know, but
That's how you do it.
I'm gonna see if my computer has a microphone.
But the key is like it's bad because the phone's updated every 6 months. This is the most updated software. And I speak it right into an email and I paste it into Word. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I'm telling you. I say it to myself. Yeah, you have to edit. You have to edit. But that helps my writers. That's the only way I wrote my dissertation.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up and write it. I want to get my master's. I know for a fact that
All papers.
Yeah.
Like your shortest paper is what our paper is in this class, probably. Are you going to the UC visit? Either one of you?
I wanted to go, but I remember last time you said they didn't have no funds.
Oh, we may find out they have some. So, okay, you're saying for the trip last year, we had money from Dr. Dana Harley. This year, we had nothing until a week ago, and Dr. Ebony Speaks called me and said, yo, we got funding right now. We're going in 2 weeks. That's what she said. It's on the 28th. I guess that's in 2.5 weeks. This month,
Oh, let me see.
if you're even free.
So basically on the 28th, they're having the
UC visit
UC
overnight
visit.
with the
Friday
hotel.
is perfect.
I know.
The only class I have is you.
Okay,
So if you excuse me for a minute.
right. We probably will, yeah. Because-
Well, I've been seeing the notifications about that as well.
I think I did. That might have been the Cedarville one though, too.
Oh, so wait, I'm confused. I'm sorry, I might have just looked at that. Oh, I did see the Cedarville one, and I did see the other one. But yes, the 28th, yes,
This is actually a bus. They charter and drive us down and feed us and give us a hotel room and then drive us back. If Ebony replies,
What time is it?
it could be a lot of the day Friday and a lot of the day Saturday.
Oh, basically the whole day.
It sounds like last year it was 3 days, but now we're just doing 2. Did you go last year? Okay, so you know what it is. And I'm sure we need 20 students. I don't know if Nikita will be like, well, you've already been. You need to save it for someone else. But we might not have 20 students. Well, the food is what's the bomb. I want to go.
No, I don't know. Like, I just feel like when you're not going to college school, I actually don't know.
Right.
Like, I feel like before I used to, like, we learned a lot, we met a lot of people, but I just wish we were able to walk around the campus and actually.
That's true. They didn't do that, did they?
That's the only thing that I like in Wood.
Right. Yeah, so apparently,
Or not even that, just be like, You're a social work student, they gonna take you, like, we just pair up, like, what is it, like, adopt a student type stuff. So
I know what
basically,
you're talking
UC will adopt one of us 20 students if we
Right.
just walk. As long as they social work,
Right.
and then we just walk, talk.
Yeah, I hope Ebony has a
Yes.
better.
The things that really struggled that I struggled with at first with the paper that we did was about more so the instructions. Like, did you really understand the instructions that was saying, like the A, B, C, D, E, and G?
Mm-hmm, cause I feel like for me that helped because, on one of the paper, it'll be like, this is example A, explain your belief of social justice, social work value and social justice. Basically that's telling me is explain what do I feel about social value justice. So that's like a whole paragraph.
And cite the code of ethics. It tells you the whole
And then it's
definition.
the process site code of ethics, cause it tells you the whole thing.
And that's
Definition.
exactly what I did. I started to put it in, well, everything that we put in. I think where it went to, where I struggled at was, I had to literally write it out. So, for example, me, it said like discuss the implications of the issue of your social service organization or community in which you're going to work for. So basically, when I get to the implications part, I'm like, what are they actually? I'm like, what are they? I was like, wait, they're like, what are they implying? Like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? That was kind of crazy to me.
So what did you end up going with? I feel like the instructions she provides, I like it because this is just an example. Say like we both talking about the water in Flint, Michigan. Yes, we have the same topics, but each question is gonna be based on you. You get what I'm saying? So even though we got the same topics, my paper gonna be 100% different. Yours gonna be 100% different. It might be like one portion that might be the same, but then our paper is different.
Because you have different resources.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, what I did for the social justice paper is I talked about the Flint water crisis as a whole, what happened with it, and then I ended up talking about what like key people or like key organizations that were trying to help with the situation, like trying to find a solution to it. That's basically what I did.
Right, and I would say the social justice issue is we have the basic right to clean water, food, and shelter.
Yes.
It's a basic human right.
So with the social justice, I said it's social justice, but I also said that like it was important, like the Flint water crisis was important social justice, but also that it was more so environmental as well.
Right, yes, yeah, there's definitely, I have a friend who's written 5 articles on the Flint water crisis and the environmental injustice involved in it, Dr. Amy Krings. She has 5 articles about it.
What do you say?
I have a friend who's written 5 articles on it, her name is Dr. Amy Krings, all about the, Dr. Amy, Krings. Krings. And she's written tons of environmental social justice papers about Michigan.
He said, his full name is Dr. Amy Krings, Krines.
Kring, Kring.
Oh, Kring. And she wrote about 5 papers about Flint, Michigan.
5 articles on the environmental injustice of Michigan.
5 articles about the environmental injustice of Michigan.
You could cite her. Amy Krings, Krings.
Oh, Krings.
Is it Amy Green?
AMY, yes. AMY, Kring. You could cite the heck out of her. She's like at the top 10 social work school, Loyola or Chicago.
Loyola?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure she's either in Loyola or Chicago, University of Chicago.
The University of Chicago?
Yeah.
That's a PW.
It probably is.
Wait, she go to U of M?
She did go to U of M. That's why she wrote University of Michigan is a top 10, top 1 social work school.
That's a PW.
It's another PWA.
I think
I just got
Buckle down. One more year. That's it. One more year. Don't you have like at least the 2.5, 2.8 to get in and make them all happy?
I do, but I'm just like, I don't know what to say.
You'll figure it out, man. You'll have 3 different internships between now and then. And they'll teach you everything.
Oh.
Put your stuff into, put Dr. Amy Krings in the citations. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys 24 minutes early, so tomorrow you'll be presenting in class. That way I can have some of your time tomorrow.
But yeah, I don't know what school, like, I got all this, like, I wanna apply to all of them.
Whoever gives you the most money.
I know